Welcome back everybody. I'm having a cup of coffee, so you can join me while I'm having a coffee. Today's vlog is Slimming World, okay, because I went back, I did a video about getting back on plan. So that was done sort of just in the new year, I think it was. And I got weighed on the 2nd of January and I gained 6.5 pounds. Now, to be quite honest, I'm not really bothered about that. I actually think that wasn't too bad considering the amount of food I ate. So that wasn't too bad. And then I started to implement all the things that I was talking about of how I get them back on plan. So I got out my food diary and I did my meal plan. So all of those things were kind of done. Then I hit a bit of a wall. Okay, so I got weighed on the Thursday and I'd put on 6.5 pounds. But the problem was in December, I had stopped taking one of my main painkillers because the agreement between my consultant and my GP was I had to have a break. So I took a break from them in August and I thought December would be a great time to take another break because it's quieter. And the plan was to actually not go back to taking them again and just try and use a more natural painkiller. Okay, so that was through December and I really have struggled. Okay, it's not been easy, but I've stuck to it because I thought I can do this. It came into January and I've struggled again. And then on the Thursday when I got weighed on the 2nd of Jan, I was feeling really not great. And then on the Friday, I just couldn't cope anymore. So I had to go back to taking this painkiller, and that has really, really thrown me for this first week in. If you take heavy opiate painkillers, you'll know they really knock your system, and they've made me feel tired, drowsy, sick, dizzy, all of those things. Okay, this is a story for a different vlog, but I haven't had a great week. And what that's made me do is I said sod it to my diary. We still had Christmas food left, so I have been using unofficial Healthy Extra Bs and highest things to snack on just to get rid of those bits of Christmas food. Thankfully that is all gone. We're done with that. The good news is weigh day was yesterday, so that was Thursday, and I actually lost 2 pounds. Yay! I am absolutely shocked. I am so shocked, it is unbelievable. So I've lost 2 pounds, and the better news of all of that is the painkillers are in my system and I'm feeling much brighter, light, and my head isn't as foggy, and I'm good to go. I am absolutely good to go. So first things first, I have my food diary out, which I filled in yesterday. So as you can see, I have used my Healthy Extra A. I've only used one of them. Sometimes I don't use them all. So I've used my Healthy Extra A and B. Then I had just a quick cauliflower soup for lunch, and I had a sticky chicken last night, which used some sins. So I had 7 sins last night, so I've got 98 left. Now remember, I use this system of starting at 105 and deducting everything I use through the day. So now for the rest of the week I've got 98 left. My water bottle, which I've said is 750 ml, I aim to drink 3 of those a day, so I've done that as well. So all in all, yesterday I had a really, really good day. So every morning I start off with a 750 ml bottle of water with one of these in. You've seen me talk about these before, okay? Now what I use them for is I find they really help me with my fatigue, okay? What they're really for is for after workouts when you've been, as us ladies do, perspire. Okay, you lose salts and minerals in your system, which can make you tired basically. So that is what they're really for, but I use one every day. I just find it helps me with my fatigue. I buy these from Home Bargains. Home Bargains don't always have them in, so if you see them, grab a couple of tubes, which is what I did. These are about one, I think there were 2 tubes for £2 the other day. So if you're feeling a bit, give it a whirl, you never know, it might just help. So I am really, really motivated for this week ahead. And what I did yesterday was I created my food plan, and I also created the shopping list from the food plan, and that is coming a little bit later in this video, so keep your eyes peeled. I'll take you through that. One of the other things that is in this video is something that I'm going to do every week moving forward, and it's called a fridge meal of the week. Okay, and in this video I'll show you my fridge meal of the week as well. So there's a lot going on in this video, but I hope you get some sort of good tips from it, and I hope you enjoy it. This food diary here was just from Home Bargains. It was only a couple of quid. And to be quite honest, I really like the layout of it. I think it's really clear, and it just works for me. But remember, you can use just a bit of paper. Don't, you know, if you're struggling financially, don't rush out and buy stuff you don't need. That is my advice. So my plan for this week is to try and get some exercise done, because this is another thing that's been playing on my mind. I've done no exercise at all from the start of this year, and in December I managed to track 60 miles of timed exercise, but then sort of before Christmas and over Christmas I haven't done a lot. So this has been really playing on my mind and bugging me as well. So now I'm feeling better. Next week my plan is this: 3 sets of timed exercise during the week. So that week is sort of, you know, Monday to Sunday basically. So 3 sets of timed exercise for me to do, and I need to make sure I keep up my water intake. Also fill in my diary every day, because this is when I have my better losses, and basically make sure I have food available to snack on that is low sin, and make sure I have a fridge meal in the fridge, so that if I am going to have a bad day with pain, or I'm just, you know, tired or whatever it may be, I know I can pop into that fridge and ping that meal, and it's going to keep me on plan. So that is the plan of action. And my aim next week is to lose probably £1. So I've got sort of £4.5 to lose. I know that for me that's not going to come off quickly. It never will. It'll always be a really slow way for me to lose weight. I am the slowest loser ever. I don't care about that anymore. As long as it's coming off, I'm sort of happy. So my plan for next week is £1 loss, and let's do this. So have a look at the videos coming up, and maybe they will help. Bye. Okay, so part of my planning process after weigh day. So weigh day is on a Thursday, which is obviously this day here. And what I do on a Thursday is I make up my meal plan, which drives the shopping. So on here, it's Thursday. Tonight we're having sticky chicken and rice. Then on Friday I'm going to use up the leftovers. I've got quite a few leftovers, so I can either freeze them or use them up. So I'm going to use them up. On Saturday we're up at a party up in County Durham, so that will be just whatever. Sausage and mash on Sunday, but on Sunday I'm going to cook what I call my fridge meal of the week. So this will be something that goes in the slow cooker that takes like 5 minutes to prep, and then once it's cooked, in an airtight container and left in the fridge until I need it. Now you can see here my planning skills are great, because Monday is meat-free Monday. I'm going back to that, so I've swapped these two over. So on Monday I'm doing slow cooker mushroom stroganoff, and then obviously Tuesday chow mein, and then this is a garlic honey chicken, and that basically is the plan. So that is my meal plan. I do one every week, so that is that. And then I come to the shopping list. I'm going to Aldi today, which I've not been to Aldi forever and ever and ever. So we're going to go to Aldi, and once I've been I will do a food haul as well for you all. But basically this is just a little shop, to be quite honest. I don't want to spend loads of money. I've still got stuff in the freezer that I need to use up, and I've still got cupboards full of stuff as well. So this is just basically a little top up that I need, with some household bits here, and obviously milk and bread, and just here, you know, that is the shopping list so far. So that is what I'm going to go and get. Everything gets wrote on the back of my cupboard door, as you can see here. So that's what sort of drives my shopping list as well, things that we've forgotten. And then obviously I have checked all of my food cupboards just to make sure that there is nothing missing out of there. And again, anything that is missing goes on the shopping list. But as you can see, I've still got quite a lot of things in here. So I really am just trying to concentrate on the fresh stuff basically. So that is how I plan, or how I start to plan anyway. So this is one of my top tips here, and I call this my fridge meal of the week, and it's usually a meal that'll take me 2 or 3 minutes to prep. Then it usually ends up in the slow cooker, but you can cook it any way you want. And what I do is I cook this meal, then put it in an airtight container and leave it to sit in the fridge for easily 4 days. It'll happily sit there. This one is a sausage and bean casserole. The great thing about this one is you can serve it with whatever you want, mashed potatoes, chips, wedges. You could put sliced potatoes on the top and make it a hot pot. So in here, all I have is 6 sausages. Use any sausages you like. I've got a tin of chopped tomatoes, and I've used butter beans in this one, but it actually asks for cannellini beans in the recipe I created, but just use any beans you've got. A vegetable stock pot, and then I use these red wine stock pots quite a lot. It's like adding a glass of wine, but if you're following Slimming World, these are sin-free. These are from Tesco, but I think Oxo make their own as well. So again, these are fantastic to add lots and lots of flavour. I also added a handful of these red split lentils. Okay, let me just show you what they look like. These here, just whack them in. Again, you don't have to add them if you don't want to, but these are a great source of protein, because when I created the recipe it was vegetarian, so I was trying to balance out the protein content. But great source of protein, and they're great at thickening up the sauce of anything that you're using. I also added in 100 ml, which you can see is gone, of water. Hot or cold, it makes no difference. And basically then it's just a case of adding anything you want. So I added some mushrooms, and I added a carrot, a huge carrot, so a couple of little ones or a huge one, and then a red onion as well. So that was everything that has gone into there, and this is now going to go on low for probably about 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours. You can put it on high or medium and reduce the cooking time. Now, if you're using a hard, what I would call a hard bean, like a chickpea or even a cannellini beans, they may want to go in at the beginning, but see how these are quite soft, these butter beans. If I put them in now, they're just going to go to mush, which is not a bad thing because they'll obviously thicken up the sauce. But what I'm going to do with those butter beans is I'm going to add them like the last 25 minutes just to reheat them, because let's face it, they're already cooked. So this is a great recipe for, you know, when you know you're going to have a busy week, and it is one of my top tips for staying on plan. Have a meal sat in your fridge, not in your freezer, in your fridge, so you can just bring it out, ping it, and turn it into whatever you want. And that is the other thing for me, is I tend to make my fridge meal of the week something that I can make maybe 3 or 4 different variations from. So this just doesn't have to be this. I could put mash on the top. I could serve it as a Sunday dinner, to be quite honest. The last time I made it with mash, and it worked a treat. So that is one of my top tips for you, and it is fridge meal of the week. Okay, and believe me, it has saved my backside more times than I would care to mention. So that is one of the tips and tricks I use to stay on plan. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and set your notifications so that you don't miss any, because my times are a little bit all over the place. I'm sorry about that. And here's to a great week, you know, and let's hope we all have some good losses this week. If you've got any questions, please drop them below and I will get back to you. Have a good week, everybody. Bye.